Finally, after over a year of absolutely nothing, From Software have revealed new content for Sekiro. Come October 29th, you'll be able to play Sekiro in a few new ways. You'll be able to rematch bosses you've already defeated, you'll be able to switch outfits to something different at the Sculptor's Idol, and you'll be able to unlock these rare outfits by completing single life challenges, which are trials that have yet to be revealed. Furthermore, they're adding an online feature to the game for the first time, where you'll be able to view the ghosts of those who came before you. So let's go into this in more detail and also speculate on what this could mean for the future of the series, whether that's DLC or a sequel. So, Sekiro has always had a theme of revisiting memories, like you did in Hirata or when you defeat a boss, but now you can actually replay the entire boss fight in what's being called Reflections of Strength. These are accessible at the Sculptor's Idol, and From Software says that you're going to want to do this because you're going to want to practice for the new No Death Run challenges that they're adding to the game. Really coincidentally, I actually just finished a No Death Run of Sekiro, and I actually used a boss rush mod in order to practice all of the fights. And they're adding both of those things to the game now, which is a crazy coincidence, really. The boss rush mod that already exists gives you currency every time you beat a boss so that you can buy prosthetic weapons and consumables and progress in that way. But the real value of this mod is that it helps you become absolutely familiar with every boss, and that's exactly what you need to do in this game in order to set yourself up for success in a no death run. So if you want to prepare for From Software's No Death Run challenge coming at the end of this October, consider downloading this mod, or watch my recent Twitch stream in the description for some tips on how to go deathless. These deathless challenges are going to be called Gauntlets of Strength, and they're going to be single life challenges where if you die you have to start over from the beginning. We don't know what the gauntlets will consist of exactly. Maybe, for example, one challenge might ask you to get to the end of the game without dying. Perhaps one of the gauntlets might ask you to defeat all bosses without dying, or maybe a selection of bosses without dying. But whatever these gauntlets consist of, we do know that they relate to bosses in some way, at least, because the devs want you to practice bosses for these challenges, and we do know that there are at least 2 types of gauntlet because successfully completing one will reward you with one of 3 new cosmetic outfits. They've revealed that one of the reward outfits is called Tengu, another is called Old Ashina, and the third outfit is something that's unlocked when you simply beat the game once. Now, having outfits is one thing for the replayability of the game, and it's something that PC players have had access to for a really long time, and a lot of these outfits are really good. But it's another thing entirely to have these skins tied to challenges in-game. In my recent stream, I actually mentioned exactly that. I talked about how the idea of tying skins to a meaningful challenge gives these games so much more replayability, and From Software delivered on that. All we needed was some sort of post-game content to make this game worth coming back to, because just thinking about the gameplay alone, Sekiro is worth replaying. Mastering bosses and mastering combat in this game is kind of a thrill that no other Souls game can give you, in my opinion. You just start to fight on a whole nother level once you really practice this game, and I'm super excited to stream this experience with you guys next month. Yes, it is weird that From Software are updating Sekiro after a year and a half of nothing at all for this game, but man, it's kind of smart in a way. For relatively little effort, the game is going to have its online presence temporarily revived on places like Twitch, and a lot of people might be coming from Ghost of Tsushima, which was released recently, and they might be looking for new things to try. Having one mode of difficulty in these games does really help the social experience of playing this game and sharing it with others, because we're all playing the exact same game, and we're connected by that fact. But now, Sekiro is officially an online game with the new edition of Remnants. So, according to the blog post, Remnants are recordings of what a player does in-game for up to 30 seconds at a time, and they're available for use after the game's tutorial. After a player records their remnant, whether it's an epic takedown of an enemy or a flawless demonstration of a tricky movement technique, it can be uploaded with a written message so that other community members can play it back. So for those seeking guidance on how to beat something or looking for hidden items, the hope is that these records might prove a blessing. and if a community member watches one of your remnants and then rates it, the owner will have their HP recovered for free, which allows you to get back into the fight without having to heal or rest at a sculptor's idol. So this is the sort of addition that does make Sekiro a bit more accessible to new players. It's not much, but with this, new players might be able to see what experienced players are doing to succeed, and they might be able to see what inexperienced players are doing to fail. In the recent video, we also talked about how Sekiro could use more stuff like this, and it's one that makes the game online, no less. For a long time, Sekiro PC has actually had a really good online mod. It adds co-op and PvP to the game, which is an amazing community creation, and it's super fun with your friends. But there are definitely moments in this mod that made me understand why they made Sekiro a single-player experience. So finally, what does this mean for the future of the IP? They announced that the game has sold more than 5 million copies now, and it convincingly won Game of the Year last year. It's also really well primed for DLC or sequel content based on the character Tomoe, or regarding the journey to the west that's referenced in one of the endings. So the question we have to ask now is, are these quality of life additions to the game just a way to temporarily revive it, or are they something more? Regardless, subscribe and stay tuned. Also, check out our Sekiro-inspired merch that went live last week. I've temporarily made the limited red kanji edition available again for a couple of days, so if you need a new hoodie or a new t-shirt, go and check it out in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back in Sekiro on October 29th.